My name is Ms Elias, and I live at 436 Herkimer Street, Brooklyn, New York. For the past 22 years, I've been living in this house here. And the reason of this setting here today is to explain what I have been going through for the past 6 years, where they have been doing construction work adjacent to my property, which is at 438 Herkimer Street. And with the extensive damage that has been done, well, I'm still waiting for my house to be taken care of. And every time they come and they put a stop work order, somebody inside rescinding it. I've called so many times, complain. And the Department of Buildings on the whole, I don't think they really was working with me to see that what was done next door, because they didn't shore up my house, they didn't underpin, neither did they put crack monitors to see the movements of the house. So when they dig and they disturb the earth, the house, the foundation was compromised. So with the compromising of the foundation, that's what caused the cracks. And I did call them, I showed them, I thought they would have been nice enough to take care of the damages, but instead I was being threatened. I was told, oh, you want to call the Department of Buildings on me with his finger up in my face? That would be the biggest mistake you ever make in your life. And furthermore, it's the children in the daycare we're sorry for. Because I used to have a daycare, but I had to close it down. And we would make sure that they condemn your property. All of these things they said to me. They will make sure that they condemn my property. So with those harsh words being said to me, I firmly believe that the damages was done intentionally. Because it wouldn't take them 6 years to correct what they did. So I do not know, I hope that the Department of Buildings is going to be more careful before they give permits to work. They would see that all these things are being met. Is there safety? Because they haven't even put up a mesh. They were building and all the cement, everything is to come back in. Everything. My house is to be full up of dust because when they was extending the back of the house, they did not cover air condition, everything was messed up. So it's very frustrating to be just fighting in court. And I feel my money is just being exhausted trying to get them to do what they're supposed to do. It shouldn't have taken me 6 long years to get this rectified. Cracks here, as you would see, the walls are cracking.
So what is this thing here?
That is the monitor that I have to be paying for somebody to come and see how much movement is taking place. He will come once a month to read the monitor to see the movements. It's because of the cracks, the door, you see how the door is jamming? You can't get the door to open unless you push it real hard, you know? But it's loose here and cracks there. The ceiling is resting upon the cupboards, which was not like that. It was not like that at all. I had space I could have cleaned on top of my cupboards. Six inches, I would say, because that was a space I could push my hands and clean. But there is no space now. There is no space, even this. And my refrigerator, if you was to stand, you would see the refrigerator is leaning this way. Because the house, the foundation is compromised. Because when they dig next door, they didn't underpin. They had to have underpin to keep the house from shifting, because the two buildings were attached. And when they did the excavation next door, they didn't take the caution to see, and have the right people working to know. And then to what they did, the beams were crossed. My beams was over on their side and their beams were on my side. So when they were excavating, they cut those beams and the joists, they cut it. They cut it. So that is what caused the house to go like this. And all those black things is to the crack monitor. And I have to pay every time he comes to read, it's from my pocket. Yes, I could have seen sunlight through the walls. Somebody came and put that thing there for me. You see how wide it was separated? Because I could have seen the sunlight from next door to tell, yeah, inside, yeah. And in the winter time, my house never keeps the heat. I use so much oil, so I'm $7,000 in heat for the winter season. If you would look carefully, you would see how the floor is not level out. Here is higher than over there. All this work, I had to be screaming every day because when they were knocking out the back of the house, because it was just like mine. So the house had stopped right here. But when they wanted to extend this, they just took jackhammer and they were just pounding and knocking, and all the dust, the debris, everything came right back over here. And no matter how many calls I made to the Department of Buildings, if one person come and put a stop work order, before you blink, stop work order is rescinded. This here, I had to call and make complaints. I said, they have no mesh. They just walking carelessly like this. They did not care. They recently put up this thing. They had nothing. Nothing they had. That piece of wood you see go across there. I had to be calling and calling. I say all the debris was coming over. I had to clean it up. The buildings, I blame them the most because if they didn't give them permission to work, they couldn't have done this. And after they came and they saw the damage, they were still allowing them to work. So I really do not understand what's going on. First time they sued me for $350,000. And the attorney that I had, he sold me out. And I don't know what agreement they had, but that lawsuit was discontinued with prejudice. Now this one now sued me last year, July. They served me with papers. I do not know what I have done for my name to be in the courts. I do not know what wrong I have done, and that bothers me a lot because they know they caused the damage. Before they started to work, they had a company come with camera and took pictures of every floor in my house. Every floor in my house, and there was no cracks. No cracks, and I still have everything, no cracks on every floor. They started from the basement go up. So when they saw the cracks, hey God, we're not doing things right. Let us change what we do. Let us do it. No. Only turning around and suing me. So it's like it's my property they want. Like that's what they want. Or they want me to be living in the shelter, whatever. They're just trying to pressure me out of my home. They're trying everything possible to get me out of my home. I'm a senior. I need a place to stay. And not just stay. I need a place to be comfortable. That's what I need.
Okay.
That's what I need.
So, is there anything you want them to know or anything you want the courts to know?
I want the Department of Buildings to be more careful before they give permits to these people to go and work. Make sure that the proper precautions are being met. Let them show you. They have a plan for the underpinning. They have a plan for putting up the crack monitors on my house. They have a plan for putting up the shoring to stabilize my home. To have a plan to make sure that I have their insurance so that any damage that goes on, the insurance will pick up. The Department of Buildings, they don't care. Because I have more than 2,000 complaints in the Department of Buildings. I took everything down to the commissioner in 210 Remodeling Street, everything down there, nobody. I went to Butler's office, nothing. I went to Carnegie's office, nothing. I went to the mayor's office in Manhattan. When she came here, to get her name, she's no longer, she asked me, so how do I know it didn't cause? So she wasn't even there to help her. So it's like nobody willing to help, nobody. nobody's willing to help me get my house safe and stabilized and let these people pay for the wrong they have done.